Oh, hello there. Did you get our distress call? Our leader is Sir Thurston Plunkett, but he's disappeared. He went missing even before the crustaceans attacked. We found this place the long way, by sailing our airship across the spiral in an attempt to reach ancient lost Celestia. Our airship is on the surface, and we've been building air-filled domes so we can explore the sunken ruins. Plunkett believes that if we restore the Grand Astrolabe, we can learn the Celestian schools of magic, stars, moon, and sun. The missing artifacts that power it are stored in the 3 astral galleries, the Stellarium, Lunarium, and Solarium. We had almost deciphered the inscriptions on the major portal when the crustaceans attacked. The ways into each of those places, though, are through the gateway portals, and the portal stones were broken apart and taken. If you're here to help us, you should really go speak to Dalton Prescott in the promenade. He'll know what needs doing. The promenade is connected via one of the access tunnels leading to the survey camp. Dalton should be easy to spot. Prescott is the acting lead of the expedition until we get Sir Plunkett back. Be careful. There are strange things afoot in this place.
You've been such a great help to me before. I was wondering if you could do your part once more helping the little ones. I got a bad feeling about this place, and when I heard that there was a family of lounge lizards making their home, I came a-running. Can you lend old Zeke a hand and round up a pack of lounge lizards? Poor little things are scattered all corners. Keep an eye out for them.
I don't remember you among the crew roster. How did you get here? So much has gone wrong since we arrived. We no sooner made base camp when we met with technical difficulties, likely sabotage. Following that were thefts of equipment and stores. Then we lost members of our expedition, including our leader, to strange disappearances. The most recent calamity was an assault by some of the indigenous species that have inhabited these ruins. It would be a great help if you could find the survivors of the attack. I've taken a role, and Edgar Ableton, Mackenzie Trowell, and Peter Cheswick are still missing. Let them know the attack is over and they can come back.
Yikes! Please, don't hurt me. Oh, you don't look like one of those who attacked our camp. It's safe to go back, right? Very well, then.
Is it safe to go back to the promenade yet? I've been hiding here for a while now and am a bit cold and hungry.
Oh my goodness! Rescue at last! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wonderful work. We're explorers, not adventurers, and the attack caught us off guard. It stands to reason you came here answering the distress call from Sir Thurston Plunkett, yes? I'm afraid that Plunkett disappeared a while ago, just after we began to explore the ruined domes of Celestia. He left his notes with us, but they seem to have gone missing in the recent attack. Can you take a look-see and gather the missing journal pages? Much obliged. You hold on to those pages in the event you find Plunkett. I've some bad news. Well, more of a spot of bother, really, but it needs to be addressed. The crustaceans broke the dome, and I'm struggling to find a means of repairing it. We kept a supply of sealant on hand, but they seem to have taken it. Can you go and see if you can recover the bottles of sealant from the crustacean pincers who took them from us? 4 bottles will do it, I should think. Not to put too much pressure on you, but we're losing pressure. Oh, smashing! You've got the sealant! Now go to the cracks in the dome and apply it just so. Spot on! I knew you could do it! I've taken a roll call and it came up short. Some of my fellow researchers are still among the missing. We've searched the entirety of the promenade and found no trace of them. As we say in the explorer business, it's hat and whip time! Could you search the pinnacles for clues to their whereabouts?
You find a small piece of shell that looks like it came from a crab. You find a tiny piece of rubble with a stone carving on it, part of a larger stone building. You find a golden pocket watch. It looks strangely familiar. Have you seen this before?
I'm no Sherlock Bones, but by the look of things, this is some incontrovertible evidence. 1, 2, 3. 1. That piece of shell belongs to a crustacean. 2. That watch belongs to Barclay O'Brien, one of our expedition. He was so proud of that watch. He mail-ordered it from a dealer on Firecat Alley in Wizard City. Barclay wouldn't part with it for anything. And 3. That piece of stone looks like it has the same pattern as the 2 big stone towers at the center of the pinnacles. It looks like the crustaceans took members of our expedition and locked them into one of the pinnacle towers. I'll bet that one of the crustaceans in the area has to have a key. Go and defeat one of them and take it, then make your way into the tower.
You're right on time. Or perhaps early. Or late. If I only had my nice gold watch. What's that? My watch! Oh, thank you mightily. Rutherford's upstairs. You go get him and I'll scoot. See you back at the promenade? Look me up when you get back to the promenade, won't you?
Who's this? An intruder! Let me get to my claws around you.
Crustacean drops a big piece of stone. It looks familiar, like it belongs to the portal back in the Celestia base camp.
I heard the sounds of a duel and wondered if the cavalry was on its way. Huzzah! I hate to leave my work unfinished, though, but I'd best get going now that the coast is clear. Thanks once more for your help. Terrible fright, that. I thought I'd never be free. However, there is still valuable work to be done, and I'd be eternally grateful if you could help me with it. Could you find a particular stone tablet downstairs and make a rubbing of it? That should do nicely. Here's a piece of crayon and some paper. You'll know the tablet when you see it. Be thorough.
You follow West's instructions and make a rubbing of the inscriptions on the strange stone tablet.
Very nice work there. I should be able to translate this in a jiffy. I think I have it. If I had only thought to bring a copy of the Stone of Mazaroth, then I'd be sure of the translation. That said, I believe the tablet confers some sort of water-breathing ability upon those who touch it and read the instructions. The words are in ancient Celestian, but as a wizard, you should have no trouble remembering strange incantations in ancient languages.
You speak the Celestian words, and as you do, you feel a strange change coming over you. The feeling soon passes, and you feel normal again.
There you go. You should be able to go anywhere down here, dome or no, without risk of drowning. Even though the Celestians devised a means of breathing underwater, they still weren't able to save their world. Pity that. We can't thank you enough for your assistance. You came at a time when things are at their worst. In the time since Plunkett sent the distress call, things for our expedition went from bad to much, much worse. As you might have sussed out, we're still reeling from the recent crustacean incursion. We did nothing to provoke them either. Is there any way you can go to the grotto and speak with Rupert Fleming? He and his team suffered the brunt of the attack.
I don't remember you from the airship. How did you get down here? We were captured by the crustaceans, but the whole experience has turned into quite an education. None of us are much when it comes to fisticuffs, and those crustaceans were more than we can handle. They put us in these cages, so we chose to spend our time observing their culture firsthand. Still, that only goes so far. Can you go and thrash some crustacean claw cutters and see if you can find some clues about what they're up to? gathered a piece of coral, a piece of crab harness, and a carved bit of stone that looks like it came from a puzzle. Let's see if we can put these clues together, shall we? The story these clues tell is that the crustaceans are up to something in the coral caverns. It's a dangerous, sprawling place filled with wild sea life. I'm not about to enter those caverns. I wouldn't last a minute. It's a dangerous maze with at least a dozen types of coral. Can you try and find the origin of the piece of coral you found? Found the source? Let me take a look at the coral again. Oh no. See those scorch marks? That area is frequented by voltic eels. If I might care to guess, you're here seeking a means of opening the Stellarium portal back at Celestia base camp, right? I suspect that the crustaceans have taken said portal piece to the voltic eel cave based on the evidence you've collected. The logical conclusion, then, is that you must go there and see if our theory is correct, and that the portal piece is there. You observe, make a theory, and then test that theory. It is the scientific method in action.
You have found the second portal piece.
Found what you were looking for? I'd say that theory proved correct, eh? The crustaceans are a lazy bunch, so it's certain that where one piece is found, the other is not far afield. We've observed that crustaceans tend to pick up small pieces of stone, shell, and other shiny bits wherever they go. If you search their belongings and pay attention to what they're carrying, you'll gain insight into where they've been. So if you want to find the other missing portal piece, find out where the crustaceans have been going. Defeat some crustacean pincers in the coral caverns and search them for clues. They'll lead us to the next piece of the portal.
All the crustacean pincers are following the same path from the starfish door. Maybe you should look further. A giant armored starfish holds the gate closed. It won't be easy to open.
A giant starfish, you say? How odd. The crustaceans wouldn't be using that starfish unless they knew some easy way of getting past it. The crustacean boss around here is Optio-Misimos. Optio is some sort of rank among their legions, like a lieutenant. Find and defeat Optio-Misimos, and force him to tell you how to get that starfish gate open. He's a coward. He'll tell you.
What's the big idea? You just about yourself a thrashing for bothering me. Me. I'll tell you anything you want to know. The starfish likes to eat algae. When we feed it algae, it relaxes and opens the door.
Now we're getting somewhere. If Optiomissimos told you the truth, the next step is to gather enough algae to feed the creature. The crustacean wave runners are always carrying little pots full of algae, presumably for the starfish. If you defeat a few crustacean wave runners and take their algae, I'll wager you'll be able to spring that gate open right quick. Once you get the starfish gate open, that missing piece of the Stellarium portal is bound to be somewhere past it. Then you should probably just take both pieces back to Dalton Prescott in the promenade. No need to risk them down here.
feed the algae to the starfish on the gate.
So this is the intruder who dares to enter our realm. What a jest! You don't even have a soft shell. You cracked my shell, but good. Take the wretched stone. It's never brought me any luck.
The governor drops the other piece of the Stellarium portal.
What's that? You've recovered 2 pieces of the Stellarium portal stone? Smashing! I can sense that things are going to turn around for this expedition, thanks to your help. I know that Edith Benchley, back in the Celestia base camp, is coordinating the effort to solve the problems we're facing. I'd head back and see what you can do to help over there.
Wonderful! You've got the pieces of the portal! Now we can restore access to the Grand Plaza. You must go and repair it now with the pieces you recovered. It should be easy to do.
You replace the missing pieces of the broken portal.
Happy birthday to Headmaster Ambrose, from Todd and Kate's Talking Cakes, because a magical man deserves a magical cake.
Job, no pun intended. I hate to send you packing when you just got here, but those are needed to open the Stellarium. Go and speak to Thornton Lewis in the District of the Stars. He'll be ever so grateful to see you.
Oh dear, who are you? You must be barking mad to come down here. It's a madhouse down here, to be certain. It's the sharks that are causing most of the trouble. They call themselves the Piscean Guard, and they claim to serve the Crustacean Empire, whatever that is. They've prevented us from our main work, surveying the region and learning what we can about Celestian culture. I assume you're here to rescue us and to learn about the Celestian schools of magic. Stars, moon, and sun, right? If you want to rediscover the secrets of Celestian magic, then you must become one of us, an explorer. First lesson, observation. Based on where it stands, that broken monolith is undoubtedly the key to entering the area beyond. Would you be so kind as to go and survey that monolith and return here with your findings?
The monolith is ancient, but upon closer examination, the broken edges look fairly fresh.
How interesting! A great deal of what explorers do is collect pieces of rubble and try to rebuild broken artifacts. You see, the Celestians were very big on building secret meaning into their architecture and decor, even their city layout. You can read a lot about a culture from how they build their walls, floors, and ceilings. Messages hidden everywhere. That said, if the monolith has recently been broken, then it is likely the work of the sharks of the Piscean Guard. They are crude vandals, always chopping at the Celestian artifacts and architecture, using pieces of stone for currency. Sometimes being an explorer is investigation, and sometimes it's throwing a bit of muscle around. Could you go and recover some of the pieces of the broken monolith from the Piscean Guard? Great work! I think you got all the missing pieces. Lesson 2. Restoration, or rebuilding that which was broken. We'll first need something to fuse the pieces together. The stellar protectors were made by the Celestians, and they're still up and running after all this time. They're just suits of metal animated by power motes within their bodies, guided by who knows what. The power motes should provide enough energy to fuse the piece of the broken monolith together. Could you go and collect a few power motes from inactive stellar protectors? No need to damage an active one. Though our mission is exploration, not conquest, it's become clear that the Pisceans don't respect us. It makes sense to me that we need a sign of strength to show those Pisceans what stuff we're made of. Can you defeat a number each of Piscean guards, Piscean troopers, Piscean centurions, and Piscean soldiers? That should cause them to rethink their meddling with the expedition. Those should do the trick. These power motes must be treated with extreme heat before we can use them to repair the broken monolith. Where will we get that kind of heat, I wonder? Blimey! I've got it! The Star Forge! It's still burning after all this time, and it'll serve perfectly. Take those power motes to the Star Forge and bathe them in the flames. Be careful, that's incredible power at play.
You treat the power motes within the Star Forge. In short order, they're ready for use.
Those should do perfectly. I've reassembled the pieces of the broken monolith, but the translation is a bit of a bother, sad to say. Could you do us both a favor and go into the Astral Archive and seek out the knowledge we need? Speak to the archivist there. It's sort of a talking library catalog that will tell you what you need to know.
I am the Archivist, a construct to aid research in the Astral Archive. Based on the nature of your request, I have prepared courses of instruction at 3 different preceptor stations. The stations are devoted to contrivances, conflict, and configurations. You may utilize them in any order you wish. Among the greatest of Celestia's achievements is the creation of magic artifacts, or contrivances. These contrivances are essential to Celestian life, and are marvels of crafting and enchantment.
This goes on for a while. All manner of schematics, plans, and diagrams flash before your eyes until at last the lesson ends.
Celestia's greatest achievement is its mastery of astral magic, conjuring power from the stars, the moon, and the sun. Celestian magic is intrinsically tied to an understanding of astral configurations, or the movement of celestial bodies.
The lesson continues for quite a while, teaching you about the nature of the worlds of the spiral, the stars, and the sun. So much to learn, and then the lesson ends.
Though the people of Celestia exist in harmony with the universe, the other worlds of the spiral are not so enlightened. Celestia's magic touches the very spiral itself, and for this reason, it is coveted by many. To mount a proper defense, Celestia must understand conflict in all forms.
The Preceptor has a great deal to say about all manner of conflict, from wars to magic duels. Eventually, the lesson ends.
You look like you've been hitting the books. Did you learn anything? Now that you've a working knowledge of Celestian, we can determine how the broken monolith relates to the surroundings. Understanding context is vitally important. We must know not only how something works, but what it means in the big picture. The broken monolith has many markings very similar to those in the chantry, and may be significant. Could you go and survey the chantry to see what might be learned of the area? Return here with what you've learned.
You examine the observatory, using the powers of observation Mr. Lewis taught you. The mosaic on the floor appears important, based on the architectural emphasis. Perhaps a closer look. The mosaic is clearly the key to understanding the secret message. Unfortunately, it looks like many of the mosaic plates are missing. If they were there, the meaning would be clear.
So, what did you learn? You say someone stole the shiniest and brightest plates of the mosaic? Given what we know about the sharks, they're likely the culprits. I think you know what to do. Go and thrash some of those Piscean troopers until you recover the missing pieces. Be sure to look around the rest of the chantry as well. Those sharks will often hide things from their rivals.
You find a small mosaic tile wedged into the gears of the orrery. A shark must have used this place to hide a small cache of mosaic tiles, perhaps to barter with. You take them.
6, 7, 8, 9. You've recovered all the missing mosaic pieces. Smashing! Now you're ready to restore the mosaic floor to its former state. Head on into the chantry and see about putting the pieces back where they belong. That should put us ahead of the game. So, you're a wizard, eh? I expect that you've got sharp wits and the ability to draw and write, correct? Could you take this paper and stylus and go into the chantry and copy the chart of the Grand Spiral? I've tried several times myself, but I'm not much of an artist. Thanks! Excellent work! You're the best student I've ever taught. You've done much to earn your way into the Stellarium, but you're not done. I've taught you all I can, and the next steps are yours alone. Go to the Astral Archive and see if you can cadge some more out of that archivist. That should set you on the right path.
I am the Archivist, a construct to aid research in the Astral Archive. I am the Archivist, a construct created to aid research in the Astral Archive. My empathic array detects that you are here searching for a means of entry into the Stellarium. Is that correct? Only Celestian citizens are permitted unrestricted access to the Stellarium. Temporary access to the Stellarium may be granted by allowing an empathic scan to determine suitability. Please present yourself to the Preceptors of Configuration, Conflict, and Contrivance for your evaluation. Once finished, return with the tokens denoting successful completion and place them in the security plinth. The Preceptors have been activated and are ready for your use.
The preceptor lectures for a little while about identifying and resolving disagreements of all sort. When the lecture is complete, the preceptor produces a small metal token for you. Congratulations. There is an extremely long lecture about Celestian philosophy, astronomy, and magic theory. At the end of the lecture, the preceptor produces a small metal token for you, shiny. The preceptor speaks at length about the creation of devices with magical properties. When it is finished lecturing you, the preceptor produces a small metal token for you. Good job. You fit the 3-course completion tokens into slots on the security plinth.
Congratulations. Your evaluation was a success, and you have been deemed worthy to enter the Stellarium. If you wish to continue, proceed to the pedestal immediately outside the doors of the Stellarium in the Grand Plaza. I am the Archivist, a construct. I am unable to comply with any requests at this moment due to the presence of hostile beings in the Astral Archive. The species known as Piscean soldiers are interfering with my ability to access the Archive's internal nexus. Your assistance removing them from the premises would be appreciated. Thank you.
The pedestal appears to be missing a small section of metal, a key of some kind. Perhaps Thornton Lewis knows about it.
Funny you should mention something being missing. The other day I saw the Piscean leader, a big fellow named Brutus Starkwave, fiddling with that pedestal. I wager he knows something about your missing key.
This is no place for a surface dweller. Come on, boys! Fresh meat!
The Piscean leader drops a piece of curiously shaped metal. It must be the missing key.
I think you finally got it. This is it. Now you can journey into the Stellarium and recover the Star of Celestia, the heart of the Stellarium. That artifact is crucial to understanding Celestia's star magic. Recover it and take it to the Grand Astrolabe in the Celestia base camp.
You are about to enter a dungeon. If you log out or leave for more than 30 minutes, you will lose all of the progress you have made in this dungeon and must start over. This dungeon takes around 45 minutes to finish, shorter if you bring friends. Are you sure you want to enter this dungeon?
Do not proceed. Your defeat is inevitable. Spare yourself the humiliation. You have defeated me, but your weak mind cannot solve the problem that will let you pass. We guarded the gateway well, with a grid of flux panels. They must be linked to bring power to the gateway and pass beyond. Though you can manipulate the pedestals and orient the flux panels anew, you are simply incapable of an arrangement that links them continuously. Such cleverness is beyond your human function. Do not waste your time attempting this challenge. Accept your limits with dignity.
Though my home was beyond the stars, I have dwelt in this place for time out of mind, serving and waiting. I will not surrender the secrets of Celestia's magic willingly!
Do not proceed. Your defeat is inevitable. Spare yourself the humiliation. You have defeated me, but your weak mind cannot solve the problem that will let you pass. We guarded the gateway well, with a grid of flux panels. They must be linked to bring power to the gateway and pass beyond. Though you can manipulate the pedestals and orient the flux panels anew, you are simply incapable of an arrangement that links them continuously. Such cleverness is beyond your human function. Do not waste your time attempting this challenge. Accept your limits with dignity.
Though my home was beyond the stars, I have dwelt in this place for time out of mind, serving and waiting. I will not surrender the secrets of Celestia's magic willingly! Battle bravely and with honor. The light of the stars clearly led you to this place through the sea of night. I release unto you the Star of Celestia. Use it in pursuit of knowledge and learning. You may proceed.
You remove the Star of Celestia from the stellarium. It glimmers with astral power. You slot the Star of Celestia into the Grand Astrolabe.
Wonderful! You've done it! Now the secrets of Celestia Star school magic can be yours! You've done so much for us already, but there's so much more to be done! I'd send you on in the submersible, but it's not working just now. We need parts from the dirigible topside. I'm sure you're ready for a breath of fresh air and a spot of sunlight. Can you go to the surface and speak with Pierce Stanson? Pierce is our dockmaster, overseeing the landing area when we first arrived on Celestia. To get to see Pierce, you'll have to head up to the surface. He can set you up with the submersible parts.
Pardon me, my young student. Unless I'm mistaken, it is time for you to learn another Storm School spell. And this one should be of special interest to you.
Hello? How did you get down there without me noticing you? Oh, you're after parts for the submersible. I'm bad news then. It's been a relentless assault since we arrived, and now we're in a bit of a jam. Some dastardly saboteur has untethered our dirigible, the SGS Explorer. We kept our supplies on the dirigible, including submersible parts, to keep them from the water moles, but now the dirigible's gone. Suspecting the worst, we sent a search party after it, but the sea spirits bedeviled us and kept us from searching. If you're willing to help, you're my new best friend. I'm tapped for resources, and I'm so weary. Could you go and rouse those blighters? But don't worry about hurting them. They're just adamant seawater. They reform in a jiffy.
Good to see you once more, my fine pupil. I see from my records that you're just now due to learn a spell more powerful than any you've learnt thus far. It's the Storm Lord spell I speak of, summoning a Storm Titan to do your bidding. First, though, you'll need to build a device capable of harnessing the power of the Storm Lord. The device is called the Oscillation Overthruster. It can pierce the veil of reality and invoke a Storm Lord for you to bargain with. First, we'll start with the raw materials. That's the easy part. I need you to go to Marleybone and collect component parts from gearheads.
gather some component parts from the ground after your duel.
Those component parts look like they've been through a wringer, but they'll still work. Wonderful work! Now that we've got the component parts, the next step is to assemble the oscillation over thruster. We need a specialized diagram called a pattern for that. This is unfortunately a task beyond any I know how to do. But don't fret, I know just the fellow who can help you. Peter Daybreeze is his name. He's a reclusive, eccentric fellow, but very much the mental giant. He lives on Triton Avenue and works at the Storm Mill. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but he'll undoubtedly have the pattern we're looking for. Go and speak to Sir Homer, and he'll tell you where you can find Peter Daybreeze.
Peter Daybreeze? Oh no, young wizard can't help you there. He departed a while ago, headed over to Crocotopia. You should go ask about him there. He's likely working out at the Oasis. You could always ask one of the manders there. I think he may be working for the Athame vendor, Keyser Halam. Peter kept muttering something about the slow knife.
Welcome to my shop. How can I help you today? Peter Daybreeze? I'm afraid that I cannot be of much assistance in that matter. Mr. Daybreeze only worked in my shop for a brief time. He found that the desert climate was too much for him. He kept complaining about the dunes. I suspect he met his fate in Dragonspire. He found a nice tower amongst the ruins, but once the Dragon Titan's army ventured into that place, he was never heard from again. If you seek any of his papers, you will find them amongst the ruins of Dragonspire. Your best hope is to check the Athenaeum and ask Milo's bookworm there where Peter's workshop is to be found.
Greetings, young wizard. It's a banner day for me here. So many visits when I was forsaken for so long. What can I do for you? Peter Daybreeze. Now that's a name I haven't heard in quite a few years. He came here some time ago. My memory fails me as to when. And asked about a good place to set up a workshop. I believe he settled upon the labyrinth as his optimal destination. I'd search there. That's your best chance of finding what you're after.
You were about to enter a dungeon.
You've come here for the Dean? I wouldn't worry about him anymore. He's taken care of. It's his accomplices I'm worried about. When he turned bad, first, you'll need to get across the bridge. After the raid, the key to the bridge was left somewhere in one of those houses over there.
This looks like the place where a reclusive designer would have met his end. Perhaps if you searched around in some of the rubble? You found it. The pattern that will turn the pile of component parts into an oscillation overthruster.
Gadzooks! You found the pattern! I knew you could do it. Let's get to work now. Let's take those component parts and the pattern you've recovered and see how it all fits together.
You and the professor work for a while, trying to assemble the oscillation overthruster, but you aren't able to get it to work.
Oh, it's no use. My primitive intellect just doesn't understand alloys and compositions and things with molecular structures. We need an expert. Perhaps a Homer Sunblade can help us in this matter. He's an expert on things electrical. Could we take these pieces to the storm mill and see if Sir Homer can make heads or tails of them?
You again? Did you have any luck finding Peter Daybreeze? He was no duck, that one, but he was a genius of some sort. You've got one of his patterns, and the component parts to go along with it. An oscillation overthruster. I think I can help you with that.
Sir Homer works with the component parts, muttering to himself. The Framostat goes here, the whirligig locks into place, and the gizmot latches over the two of them. In short work, he has assembled your oscillation overthruster.
There you go. It should work like a charm. I've even powered it up for you to use. Be careful where you discharge that thing, eh?
There we go! Sir Homer does good work, eh? Now that we've a fully charged oscillation overthruster, it's time for you to activate it and bridge the wall between the planes of existence. This will create a portal through which you'll be able to contact your Storm Titan and learn how to summon one. I'm sure it will be perfectly safe, but just to be sure, please take that thing as far away from my classroom as possible. I'd recommend the Four Falls Mill statue on Triton Avenue, near the Storm Mill. It seems as good a place as any. Try the little part close to the Triton statue. If anything goes wrong, the Storm Mill should be able to attract any stray lightning bolts.
Get to the right place and activate the oscillation overthruster. It's charged and makes a high-pitched whine and starts giving off electric sparks.
I am here, and the storm has come with me. Who dares summon the Lord of Thunder? Little wizard, you show courage summoning me to this place, and your devotion to storm magic has convinced me to serve you. You may call upon me when in great need, and I will respect your bidding.
The storm fades. You see that the oscillation overthruster is scorched and damaged beyond use now, having served its purpose.
Good news, then? Excellent! The Storm Lord will certainly be on the lookout for your call. Here's the spell to get his attention whenever you need him.
Excellent work. They're certain to come back, but you bought us some time. You know, it occurs to me that if we did something to calm the sea spirits, they'd leave us alone. There's an altar down the way that seems to be devoted to the Storm Lord, some sort of patron to the sea spirits. When we arrived on the beach, we saw that the water moles placed pieces of sea foam crystal on the altar. Now the sea foam crystal is gone, and I noticed that the sea spirits leave the water moles well enough alone. Perhaps we should follow suit. Can you go and scavenge up some sea foam crystal from the beach and place it on the Storm Lord altar? I hope that did the trick. The sea spirits were only part of the problem, I'm afraid. Some wild animals of a type we call jungle tooth are raiding our camp. Could you go and see what can be done about those fierce animals? They've two leaders, Wild Crag and Bristleclaw. Defeating those two should show the rest of the pack that we're not to be trifled with.
Wizard, your jewel pouch is almost full. Sock it or discard some jewels to make room in your inventory.
Young wizard, a rotten evil grows. Come see me in Nightside, post haste.
Welcome, student wizard. Can ye sense what has come? Halloween is upon us all. This hallowed season brings fell shadows to haunt Wizard City, her streets and meadows. All across these fair, fine streets creep monsters, horrors, tricks, and treats. Seek while ye can this dark delight. They'll vanish soon after Halloween night. Find jack-o'-lanterns all carved and round from where they hide in Wizard Town.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat is how we greet, you say to the Halloween pumpkin. You address the pumpkin with the magic phrase, said each Halloween. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat is how we greet, you say to the Halloween pumpkin. You say the third line of the magic phrase, said each Halloween to the magic pumpkin. Trick or treat. Trick or treat, give me something fun or sweet. You address the pumpkin with the magic phrase, said each Halloween. Trick or treat. You say the third line of the magic phrase, said each Halloween to the magic pumpkin. Trick or treat. Trick or treat is how we greet, you say to the... You address the pumpkin with the magic phrase, said each Halloween. You say the third line of the magic phrase, said each Halloween to the magic pumpkin. Trick or treat. Trick or treat, give me... Trick or treat. Trick or treat is how we greet, you say to the Halloween pumpkin.
Found them all, if I heard ye right. And ye did it so, without much fright. Ah well, 'tis fair, ye've earned your keep. Claim this reward, my gift's not cheap. In the grove of ravens stand towers high and tall, ghostly spires to test your courage. So pray ye don't fall. Each spire's worse than the one before. Speak to Malorn Ashthorn, he'll tell ye more. Get then to Ravenwood and to the ghostly spires 3. Catch ye later and good luck to thee. Each spire's worse than the... Get then to Ravenwood and to the ghostly spires 3. Catch ye later and good luck to thee.
I wish I could have seen it. Hopefully, the rest of the Jungle Tooth pack will give us a wide berth now. While you were away, I saw a signal flare from the jungle. That must be from Captain Fogg, who went looking for the explorer. Captain Fogg went to speak with the water moles to see if they had seen the dirigible. Their leader, a fellow named Tupa Tawa, should be happy to help you find the captain.
Outsider, we have your sky captain. I am called Tupatawa. I am speaker for Water Mole Tribe. I cannot speak to you now. You are a wizard, and I cannot trust your words. I had magic stick to protect me from wizard words, but stick was taken by Galwok, big chief of water lurkers. If you bring me back magic stick, I be willing to speak with you, wizard.
You will not take magic stick from me! Galwok using it to break open shells!
Sergeant Stick. Be safe to talk. If you want Captain back, you must help water moles. Jungle Tooth stole our sacred idols, took them into the jungle. Water moles afraid to go look for them. You not afraid? We watch you fight Jungle Tooth before. Now you go find water mole idols and bring back. Them all back? I almost believe you friends with Water Mole Tribe, but you're not there yet. Jungle Tooth still trouble our village. If you go and fight them, they think you one of us and leave us alone. Jangletooth still a threat. They led by old wild tree called Tangleroot. You go defeat Tangleroot, and we ready to talk. You do not belong here. You have no roots. I will bury you. Good favor for Water Mole tribe. We speak as friends now. If you seek Sky Captain, you must follow trail up towards place where skyfish fall from sky. You not know of skyfish trouble? Big silver skyfish drift over Water Mole village, then fall. Boom! Our people suffer much when this happens. Go and speak with Konokala. He a brave warrior. He tell you what must be done.
Looking for source of problem? Big skyfish fall on village, cause much trouble. Waterfall spirit, Coruscade very upset. You go make peace with it.
Greetings, Solid One. The skyship has poisoned my waters. If the waters are not purified, this jungle will die. To purify the waters, I must have some sacred wood from the jungle thorn trees. Go and fetch me some. must take the sacred wood to the water mole shaman, Tupa Tawa. He must craft for you a sacred bowl. Bring it back to me when you have it.
Waterfall Spirit Coruscate sent you. I make bowl for you.
In a very short time, Tupatawa crafts a bowl for you out of the sacred bark.
Now take back to Coruscate, so he can fix water.
This will do. I have filled the bark bowl with my heart water. It will purify the lake. Take the bark bowl to the edge of the lake and pour it in.
You pour the purified water into the lake.
You have done well. You have done well to restore this land. Now you can rejoin those who came on the Skyfish. They are loose throughout this area. Cut through the jungle and find them.
Rescue at last, and from the most unlikely of sources, a wizard. Oh, you're looking for submersible parts. Well, look around. When the Explorer crashed, they were scattered everywhere. When you've gathered them up, you should head down to Celestia Base Camp so they can repair the submersible. You're a sight for sore eyes. I'm afraid the Explorer won't be skyworthy again. But salvage is still to be had. Those rubble rousers are an unwelcome complication to any possible salvage operation. Can you thin them out somewhat? Dealing with them will be of help to all, Explorer and Water Mole alike.